Okay, welcome to part 2 of my video. I am making the sleeve, the kimono sleeve now, and I use my basic sleeve pattern to then pivot it and create a fuller sleeve. Now I'm also extending it because kimono sleeves generally drop a little bit lower than the normal sleeve line or armhole length, and so I just mark that on my mannequin doll so you can see where it drops to. And then once you've done that, you just cut it all out. I'm cutting it on the fold, and I also pinned it on to make sure it fit properly. Now, as you can see, this is my finished pattern, and it's just half of the mannequin, or making them in quarters. So now I can unpin everything because I'm happy with the sleeve for the moment, and then we can start putting it onto the fabric. So this is what it looks like when you unpin it, and as you can see, I've marked it so I can see where the folds are. I've also pressed it so it makes the folds more obvious to ensure that I can make the markings on the actual fabric. Now this is the bottom part, and as you can see, the same thing, and this is the back. Now, once you cut it out onto your actual fabric, this is what it looks like. I've actually gone ahead and sewed it into place, and then what I've done now is just put the lining in because it will be a fully lined jacket. This is one side done with the sleeve cut out. I'm still to sew it on the other side, but as you can see, this is what it's going to look like. Now this is the second side, or the completed piece, and all of the pleats are in place with the pattern. It's fully lined and it fits me. So I've adjusted it to make it fit me, my waist, as opposed to just the mannequin. Otherwise it won't fit me. To make it fit me, I actually had to extend the waist in the quarters by 3 centimeters on all quarters. And then that was just on the waistline. So what you do is you just pivot the pattern. Then I had some leftover fabric, and I thought, well, what can I do with this leftover fabric? So I sewed it together, as you can see, and then I'm going to take out my basic skirt pattern, and I'm going to create a mini skirt. So I'm just placing them on now. Now this is pattern or flat pattern made to fit me, which I have a tutorial on. And then I essentially cut it all out to the size that I wanted, to the length I wanted. I'm again lining it because the fabric does need to be lined. It's quite a rough fabric. And then I finished sewing it and attached the zip to the right side. Now, once the zip is on and you've sewn the lining to the top to close the top, I'm actually just going to hand stitch it closed, and that's what I've done here. I've hand stitched it to close the seams, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the hem of the skirt. Gives it a really nice clean finish, and that way you don't see the stitch on the right side of the skirt. Not too bad. Pretty happy with it. And here we go, the finished jacket. This is what it looks like. Like I said, I did adjust it to fit my waist, and this is the skirt. Again, adjusted to fit my waist so it is pinned at the back, so you can see what it would look like if I had made it to fit the mannequin instead. And so what does it look like on me? Here we go. As you can see, the lining, it's a nice fit for me. And I really like how the back is longer than the front. The skirt fits perfectly, again, because I've made a flat pattern that fits me perfectly, and I've got a tutorial on how to actually make that pattern. Thanks for watching.